My coworker told me I had resting irrelevant face during a team meeting. I'm a data analyst at Catalyst Media. Derek was the charismatic ideas guy with the corner office. I was the quiet one who made his ideas actually work. That comment came after I questioned his proposal to target Gen Z for a retirement planning client. Maybe stick to your spreadsheets, he said. You've got that whole resting irrelevant face thing going on. Everyone laughed. Our boss, Rachel, smirked. I went home and made a decision. Derek always sent me his campaign data at 11 p.m. saying, just verify the backend stuff real quick. I'd spend hours fixing his wrong formulas, outdated statistics, and broken projections before they went to clients. Not anymore. Next week, he sent his usual data dump for Henderson, our second biggest client. I opened it, saw the disaster, and replied, looks good to me. 2 weeks later, Derek pitched Henderson a campaign promising 2 million people in their target market. He'd confused total platform users with filtered audience data. The actual reach? 200,000. The $300,000 campaign crashed immediately. Henderson called Rachel directly, threatening to pull their $2 million annual contract. I watched through the glass as Rachel hauled Derek into her office. His face went from confident to panicked in seconds. An hour later, Rachel called me in. Derek sat in the corner looking like he'd aged 5 years. Derek says you usually check his work, Rachel said carefully. I used to, before I became irrelevant. Her expression changed. The team meeting? I nodded. Can you fix the Henderson situation? Maybe, but I need Derek's access codes and his full client list from the last 6 months. Why 6 months? She asked. To see how many other campaigns are running on bad data. Derek's face went white. She gave me everything. I started digging that afternoon. Found Henderson's files first. Numbers so wrong I couldn't believe they'd gotten past anyone. But they had, because I wasn't checking anymore. Then I opened the Morrison account. Same issues. Fabricated reach numbers, impossible ROI projections. The Belmont file was worse. Derek had copied data from a completely different industry. By midnight, I'd found 6 major clients with critical errors in their active campaigns. 6 ticking time bombs just like Henderson. I kept going. Cross-referenced every report Derek had sent in 6 months against actual platform data. At 2 a.m., Rachel appeared with coffee. How bad is it? Bad enough that we could face lawsuits if the other 5 campaigns perform like Henderson's. She sat down heavily. Why did you stop checking his work? You laughed when he called me irrelevant, so I figured my work must be irrelevant too. Rachel stared at her coffee. I'm sorry. Sorry doesn't fix 6 campaigns. I spent 3 days rebuilding everything. Accurate data, damage control presentations, revised strategies, worked through 2 nights straight. Thursday afternoon, I presented the full scope to Rachel. Showed her every fabricated number, every impossible promise, every client we'd misled. This is grounds for termination, she said quietly. It's also grounds for me to walk, I replied. I fixed this mess. I won't do it again. Friday morning, Derek's office was empty. Rachel called an all-hands meeting. Effective immediately, I'm restructuring our analytics division, she announced. Derek Morrison is no longer with the company. The room went silent. Our new senior analyst will be overseeing all client data verification. Every campaign gets verified before presentation. No exceptions. She looked directly at me. That includes a 40% raise and your own team. My former cubicle neighbor whispered, who's the new senior analyst? Rachel smiled slightly. The person with resting irrelevant face. I moved into Derek's corner office Monday morning, brought the broken printer from my old cubicle as a reminder. My first week, 3 different people apologized for laughing at that meeting. I accepted because holding grudges doesn't fix bad data, but I implemented mandatory peer review for every single campaign. The ideas people now run everything through my team first. Rachel started CCing me on every major client email. Suddenly, I was in every important meeting. Henderson stayed with us after I personally presented the corrected strategy. They've since doubled their contract. Last week, I was getting coffee when Derek walked in. Wrinkled shirt, laptop bag, clearly job hunting. Heard you got my job, he said. I picked up my order. I got the job you pretended to do. His face flushed. Look, I'm sorry about the irrelevant comment. You're sorry it had consequences. That's not fair. I didn't mean you took credit for my work for 4 years, Derek. The irrelevant comment just made me stop hiding it. He shifted uncomfortably. Rachel said you're hiring? I almost laughed. My team? We only hire people who can actually do the work. Come on, I just need a reference. Something. I'll give you the same thing you gave me, I said, walking toward the door. Nothing. Wait, I turned back. Every client meeting at Catalyst now starts with remember what happened with Derek as a warning. You're finally relevant, just not the way you wanted. His mouth opened, but I was already gone. Turns out being called irrelevant was the best thing that ever happened to me because I stopped making other people look good and started letting my work speak for itself.